If you found this video, it's clear that you understood that you need to change your lifestyle. Keep watching and you'll thank me later.
1 in 3 people with type 2 diabetes don't know that they have it. And most do experience those early warning signs, but they just don't understand or realize what those symptoms are. Early diagnosis and treatment of diabetes can have a profound impact on your long-term health. Just a 3-year delay in diagnosis increases your relative risk of heart disease by 29%. Therefore, by knowing what to look for, you can take control of the situation before it takes control of you. Just for the record, the signs or symptoms of high blood sugar are typically the same for both children and adults. Now, patients with type 1 diabetes usually develop the symptoms over like a sudden short period of time. The condition is often diagnosed in an emergency setting. Now, type 2 diabetes, on the other hand, progresses quite slowly. Symptoms tend to come on gradually, which is why they're often missed. So some don't even experience any early symptoms at all, but most do. Okay, number 1 is excessive urination. So as a point of reference, most people pee 4 to 7 times in a 24-hour period. So if you're going much more than that, it could be a red flag. Also, if you're getting up during the night to pee, even if you went right before you went to sleep, and you don't normally wake up during the night to do this, then this is also a big red flag. So why does this happen? Well, your kidneys are working overtime to expel the excess sugar in your blood, and sugar that cannot be absorbed into the blood must be absorbed from the blood, so it must be urinated out. So excess sugar in your blood equals more urination. Okay, excessive thirst is another glaring symptom. So drinking constantly throughout the day and even overnight. So it could be something like 4 litres or more per day, which is equivalent of a gallon. And this basically happens because of the excessive urination cycle. So the more you pee, the more you want to drink, and the more you drink, the more you need to pee. Those with diabetes can have what seems to be an insatiable appetite. So even though you might have just eaten, it feels like you haven't eaten a thing. Now, why does this happen? Well, diabetics have lost much of their ability to self-regulate blood sugar, so this leads to a significant fluctuation in blood sugar levels. Now, when these levels plummet, the brain thinks it's starving and craves more sugar and more calories, and that's why you're always feeling hungry. So number 4 is rapid or unintentional weight loss. Now, this is not a good weight loss. It can be anywhere like between 5 to 10 kilos, or I think it's 11 to 22 pounds in a matter of a week or a month. This is much more common in type 1 diabetics though, when your glucose metabolism can shut down really fast. Now, so why does this happen? So without new energy coming into the cells, the body is tricked into thinking you're in a sort of starvation. So in order to provide energy, the body responds by breaking down protein in the muscle, and this leads to muscle deterioration, which accounts for almost all of that weight loss. So unmanaged diabetes is going to leave you feeling very lousy and lazy, like extremely lazy and fatigued to the point where you can't do your regular daily activities. So this happens because with all the sugar remaining in the blood, it doesn't get absorbed into the cells for energy. So you literally have less energy. So the body's also expending more energy to try and filter out that excess sugar. Kidneys are in overdrive. You're probably sleeping poorly, and your blood sugar levels are going up and down when you eat. So this is all starting to take its toll, and that's why you're feeling really, really lethargic. So a tingling or numbing sensation in the body's extremities, like your hands and feet, toes and fingers, is actually a really common sign of high blood sugar or unmanaged diabetes. Now, it generally happens in the morning after you've woken up, even if you haven't been sleeping uncomfortably or sleeping on your arm or something, or on your leg, you still feel that tingling, or it can even be a burning sensation. Now, this happens because the sugar that lingers in the blood for a long period of time starts to damage the nerves and your nerve endings. And nerves that are furthest from the heart, they are not well repaired because you've got circulation problems, and they're the furthest point. So that is your toes and your fingers, and that's why you'll get that tingling or burning sensation there. So distorted or blurry vision, or commonly seeing eye floaters, is a common sign of high blood sugar as well. And this happens because excess sugar in the blood is pulling fluid out of the cells and tissue, and this includes your lens in the eye, which can swell and alter its ability to focus. Fortunately, this is largely reversible once you treat your blood sugar levels. Overly itchy or irritated skin can be a sign of high blood sugar, and you can even get dark skin around your neck here and armpits. Now, this dry skin can be the result of poor circulation and or excessive fluid loss from urinating too much. The darkening skin is to do with a hormonal change, namely insulin resistance. So the last early sign of diabetes is cuts and wounds that just don't heal or heal very slowly. So it's not uncommon for someone to get even a leg bruise or a cut on your foot or something that just won't close up. It's really common in the extremities where the circulation is the least strong. So this goes hand in hand with the numbness and tingling that I spoke about before. So this happens because the sugar that's in the bloodstream starts to damage the arteries and veins, and that affects circulation. So the blood is required to facilitate healing. So with limited circulation, a wound or bruise will be very slow to heal because there's just less blood going there. So the lower down the cut, it tends to be the slower the healing process. So there you have it. They're the 9 early warning signs of diabetes. Like I mentioned at the start, the symptoms between adults and children tend to be quite similar. So if you are experiencing any of these warning signs, then go and get your blood sugar levels tested with your medical practitioner. Just remember that an early diagnosis can stop those.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to click the link below in order to find out more.